Good evening, everyone. My name is Corey Wall. Show of hands, who all here has seen a movie before? I'm guessing most of you. Like I said, my name is Corey Wall, and I have written, directed, and produced several award winning short films. And today I will be giving you tips and tricks on how to create your first or next film that will give you an easier time or make it easier for you to choose your topic, have an easier time with pre production, production, and post production with these tips. The first step is choosing your topic for the film and writing the screenplay. Robert Rodriguez suggests in his 10-minute film school short to look around you and see what you have available. If you have a guitar, write a story around the guitar. If you have access to a bar, write a story around that bar. When you actually write the screenplay, I suggest visualizing your film on a blank wall. See your film playing. That way, when you actually write, the flow will be there, the dialogue will be there, and you know the beginning to the end. It's so easy to do that. So once you have your screenplay completed, it's on to the most important aspect, in my opinion, pre production. I call it organization is key slash list all your best friends. Make a list for what characters you need. Make a list for what locations you need, what props you need. That way, when you actually get to looking at it, it's like, oh, I have this actor, I have this prop. And it will make your life easier for future productions because you're like, oh, I have this prop. I have this location available. It is so much easier to cast with that. With casting, set a production dates already. That way you can avoid conflict with actors in the future. That way they know, oh, I won't be available that weekend or week. That way, hey, that's a conflict you avoided. Uh, Speaking of that, make a plan B through Z. Everything that could go wrong will go wrong with a film, and some things are out of your control. So, what do? Control the things that are in your control. Keep in contact with the actors up until production day to make sure you do not have any conflict. That way, if you do have a conflict, you can say, oh, I need this actor again. Oh, this location said we can't use it that day. So on and so forth. Once you have everybody cast, the crew lined up, and the location set, it's time for production. The best thing I can advice I can give with this, don't panic, just breathe. Rely on your pre-production and your organization skills. Give your actors space. Make sure you're giving them breathing room because as an actor, I like to get in my zone before a scene, so it's out of a courtesy for them. Remember to have fun with a film. It shouldn't feel like a chore. Um, Joe cut up between the scenes. That way, it doesn't feel like a long day because it can for some productions. So once you survive the production, it's time to move on to post production. Like your actors, give your editor room to work. You chose them for a reason, so make sure you give them space to work and do what you ask them to do. The next thing is don't be hard on yourself because that will affect the final product. Don't look for every small detail to be perfect because it's not going to happen. Just remember that the next film you do. Um, into festivals before you release it publicly because most festivals now require that it's not the film not be publicly released, and if it is, it might disqualify your film. So I'm hoping that all these tips and tricks came through loud and clear, and you're feeling more confident about making a film. So I hope, like I said, these tips on how to choose a topic, pre-production tips, production tips, and post-production tips will carry you through to make your next film or your first film. So my challenge to you is to go forth and be creative and create something new and unique. Thank you for your time.